Today's recipe is for a Korean beef bulgogi as a shelf-stable meal in a jar. Freeze-dried beef dices, onions, garlic, and ginger are rehydrated in a savory sweet liquid and then sauteed over high heat to caramelize the sauce and give you that signature sticky and spicy Korean barbecue. Well, hi there, everyone. My name is Kareth. I'm a wife, a mom, an author, and a cook. On this channel, I like to create recipes using freeze-dried food. Sometimes it's completely shelf-stable, like a meal or a mix in a jar. Other times, I combine freeze-dried with fresh, but all the time, it's delicious. I'm here to help people who have freeze-dried food on their shelves to know how to cook with it. I test out recipes so you don't have to. Welcome to the Freeze-Dried Foodie. If you are a fan of Korean barbecue and those flavors, I think you're going to like this recipe. It's very different from the typical Texas barbecue, okay? This is definitely Asian flavors. It's salty and sweet and spicy. It's savory. It's just all the things. It's very, very good. You are going to need a couple of kind of specialty ingredients. I'll show you on the screen here. But the good thing is they're not very expensive and they're pretty readily available. I get the chili sauce at Walmart, and then I ordered the pepper flakes on Amazon. I will link to that below in case you want to order these. You'll also need some ginger and garlic, lots of yummy ingredients. I'll put up a list of the ingredients that you'll need if you're going to make this recipe. I'll put up a list on the screen, and then I'll write the exact measurements and the specific recipe that I'm using down in the description box below the video. I'm making just enough for 2 today, and you can always double it and make enough for 4 and put it in a quart-sized jar. The first kind of interesting thing I'm going to start with is some Fuji apples. And you might be thinking, okay, that's kind of weird. That's a weird ingredient for barbecue, but a traditional bulgogi recipe will have Asian pear in it, and it's used not only for flavor, but also for a tenderizer. I don't have freeze-dried pear, and I looked up what you can use as a substitute, and they actually said you can use Fuji's. So I've powdered some Fuji's, and I'm going to add them to my beef dices. Now you could use ground beef if that's what you would like to do. I think it would be great in here. This is a pint-sized jar, and I probably put 1.5 cups of the beef dices in there. And along with that, I've got some freeze-dried garlic. This here is freeze-dried ginger. Now, if you don't have freeze-dried ginger, you could always just get some ginger and peel it and grate it and add it fresh whenever you make the dish. You'll need to pat your jar down a couple of times to get the powders to settle down between the gaps and the spaces so you'll have enough room in the jar. Now, in order to add some sweetness, I am adding both some brown sugar and some honey crystals. I like the flavor of both. They taste different to me, and I like the flavor of both of those things, so I'm putting both of them in there. But you could definitely use all of one or the other. You will need just a tad bit of salt, but not too much because the soy sauce is pretty salty. Now I've got soy sauce powder, so I'm going to go ahead and add that to my jar. And this is a great ingredient to have if you like to, make some Asian style dishes. Soy sauce powder is great. But if you don't have that and you don't want to order it, then you can always just add some regular soy sauce from your refrigerator to the dish whenever you cook it. Now here are the chili flakes that you're going to need to add to your jar. And for some reason I turned off my camera and I didn't actually record me putting them in the jar. That or the chopped onions, I'm sorry about that, but they did make it into the jar, and you can adjust the amounts of the chili flakes that you put in there depending on your heat level that you're trying to get to. But actually those chili flakes are not too overpoweringly spicy. They just have great flavor. So here's the jar that you could keep stored on your pantry shelf, and it'll be ready and waiting for you whenever you want to make this meal. All right, when you're ready to eat some beef bulgogi, you'll just need to get out that jar, open it up, and add some really, really hot water. And what I did was I heated up my kettle. So that was kind of near boiling water that I'm pouring in here. And I was trying to do it really, really slowly so that I didn't accidentally spill like I did last time and make a big old mess. But it ended up being like a really slow process because my jar was super full. So if you'd rather, you could just put this whole thing in a different container or a different bowl and add the hot water to that. But I fit in probably a little more than a cup of hot water, and I just let it sit there for about 15 minutes. And the reason you need to let it sit that long is because you want to make sure there's absolutely no crunch left in the beef whatsoever. And that's because the cooking process for this recipe is really quick. And so the beef needs to be ready before it hits that hot pan. And every once in a while, I just came along and gave it a good shake. I turned my jar upside down. I was just trying to make sure that all of the ingredients in there had access to that really hot water. Now I'm going to make a little sauce here. I've got some neutral flavored oil. And this right here is sesame oil. It's really strongly flavored and it's a very good flavor. And this is just a little bit of chili sauce. It's got a lot of flavor and just a little bit of spice. I got that at Walmart. I just gave this a good whisk and then I will add my beef to it. So traditionally, a Korean barbecue or a bulgogi, you would have like regular raw steak that you cut pretty thinly and you marinate it in some yummy ingredients. Well, we can't really do that here, right? With freeze-dried beef, the beef is already cooked. So since I'm not able to really marinate it per se, I decided I would rehydrate it in the delicious savory and sweet and spicy sauce so that as that beef rehydrates, it is soaking up all of those flavors. Now I did add a few green onions in there. Once your beef is completely rehydrated and you know there's no crunch left to it whatsoever, you can saute this. Now you'll need a really hot pan with some oil in there that's heated up. I put mine at probably an 8.5. I got it in the heat, but y'all, I just did not have enough water. My jar wasn't big enough to fit enough water in there. So I did add about half a cup of water, and it's so hot that this cooked for probably 4 or 5 minutes total. And it doesn't really need to cook. The beef doesn't need to cook, but I did want to cook those onions and the ginger and just to make sure that that sauce got nice and glossy and a little bit sticky. You can add a cornstarch slurry if you would like to in order to thicken up your sauce. You don't have to, but I was just going to do it and show you that you could. I cooked it about 1 minute after I added the slurry. And then that's it. I tasted it. You can adjust for seasonings. I didn't add anything. I thought it was fantastic. So I just had made some rice. I'm sprinkling that with some fresh green onions, a little bit more of the chili flakes, some sesame seeds, and then I'll finish it off with a drizzle of sesame oil. And that is the way you serve this up, y'all. It is fantastic. My kitchen smells amazing. Yeah, just wonderful aromas. And I think she's gorgeous. Don't you think that's just so pretty? The beef is nice and coated in that sauce. And when you flash fry it, it gets a little bit sticky and it's glossy. So I really like using this sauce because it's got a lot of flavor. I think freeze-dried beef needs a little bit of help for it to taste great, okay? Eating from your freeze-dried food stores should not be boring or bland or repetitive. I say that all the time. And I think you can achieve really yummy foods if you're just a little bit adventurous and you're able to think outside the box, kind of. This recipe here is just exactly that. I was trying to think, how can I mimic the marinating process, but with beef that's already been cooked? And so I just came up with the idea of refreshing it or rehydrating it in the marinade. And yeah, it's not exactly the same as it would be if it had been raw steak that we were marinating and then flash frying. I mean, it's not going to be the exact same thing, but I'm telling you, the flavors are fantastic. And the fact that the beef has rehydrated and soaked in all of those things, and then we cook it so quickly, it helps the beef not to dry out. It's just basically we're cooking the onions that were in there and we're cooking that sauce. So it's just like a really great cooking method to use for this type of application. All right, guys, how about that? Well, thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate you. And if you like this kind of recipe for meals in jars, I do have a couple of cookbooks out. I've got them in digital ebook form. Those are downloadable. I also have it in print on Amazon. I'll link to both below in my description box. And that's also where I will put the full recipe for this dish today. Please hit the like button if you don't mind. And if you know someone who would appreciate this recipe, share it with them. Also, leave me a comment below because that really helps my channel. All right, I've got a scripture verse of the day for you. Psalm 4, verse 8, and it reads, "In peace I will both lie down and sleep, for you alone, O Lord, make me dwell in safety." What a comforting verse that is. All right, guys, thanks again for watching. I hope you have a blessed day. And y'all, I need a new ending for my videos. I always have said, okay, until next time, y'all take care and keep thriving. Well, thrive's gone now, right? What do I say? I do want you to keep thriving, but in the other sense of the word. So I don't know, maybe I'll say, keep cooking. Y'all have to let me know your thoughts below. And until I figure it out, y'all take care. Y'all have a good week.